Good. All right. Shalom. First and foremost, we would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful leg out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful leg, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm the brother Yasha Maf to my right.
You're from the
GMS Mississippi camp. And we're coming with a quick lesson, lunchtime lesson dealing with, cherish and wise counsel, and one thing about it, we've been privileged, to be amongst elite wisdom, when we really start to understand what the Lord has given us in these times, the Lord has given us elite wisdom in how to operate in the earth, elite wisdom in prophecy, dealing with things to come, and wisdom dealing with our day to day. And we're surrounded by a body of men, okay, that have all these different experiences to go along with the wisdom. And that creates, an environment to where we can always get wise counsel, man. Whether it's directly, you can call a brother, brothers that's in camps can call brothers, or when you're around brothers, you can get counsel on particular things. Every brother got their expertise, in particular fields, or whether you're watching the videos, that's a counsel. When you see a group of men going into the scriptures and going into their experiences and, making points, that's a form of counsel. So the Lord has made it to where, we're always around the counsel of the wise, you know. You get that word cherish too. So we have to cherish that wise counsel. You got it, bro.
This is the word cherish from Google. It says to protect and care for someone lovingly, hold something dear, to keep a keep a hope or ambition in one's mind.
Yep. So to hold dear, and we have to look at brothers, and it's a thing of healing from Babylon, because it Babylon teaches us to look at men that look like us, with low value, like by default, just because it comes from Jake, it's discredited, or it's not esteemed, when it comes from someone that looks like us. Esau has done a hell of a job in getting the masses to, despise Israelite male authority, you know. But because the image he portrays is a nigga that's always, clowning, or a nigga that's just a degenerate. He doesn't push, Jake in the spirit of being, a wise counselor. But the spirit is making brothers, wise counselors, man. We have to treat each brother as if they're an extension of Yahweh Shai, man, when they're going into particular things. You say something. Okay, let's get that in did you get that get that precept?
Sirach.
Yeah, Sirach 32.
This is Sirach chapter 32. You said you wanted 18?
Was it 18? Yeah. No,
Oh, 19.
19, yeah.
This is Sirach 32 and 19. Do nothing without advice, and when thou hast once done, repent not.
Yeah, so the scriptures say do nothing without advice. Now it's speaking of particular things, because of course, you're not gonna get counsel for everything. You call them brother, you know, on your lunch break to see where you need to go eat at. It's talking about, certain matters, certain heavy matters, you shouldn't do without advice, you know, because we're it's all about a journey to salvation. And there's certain things, that you can be dealing with to where brother, has the expertise on it. And that advice, okay, can get us over certain hurdles, and it's true. So whenever we stump, we come to a situation where we're stumped, we have that resource of the brotherhood to where we can get wise counsel. Because there's gonna be certain situations, yeah, you're gonna be stumped, and then you can have a good idea, and a brother can enhance that idea, make it better. So always another thing, always be open to what they call constructive criticism and the truth as well, because you can be doing something and it's efficient and it's good, but then it could be made better, and the brother might interject, or make a suggestion, that can enhance what you already got going. That's a form of counsel as well, not just when you're in the bind or when you trap, but also the constructive criticism to enhance what you already got going. You know, that was it on this.
Come.
Get that Ciroc, uh, get that Ciroc
8.
8 and 5. 5.
This is Sirach chapter 8, verse 5. Reproach not a man that turneth from sin.
Start at 6.
6. All right.
6. Hold on, make sure. Go to it. It started at 8.
Yeah. 8.
Mm-hmm.
This Sirach 8 and 8. Despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquit thyself with their proverbs.
Yep, but equate thyself with their proverbs. Despise not the discourse of the elders. Because we have the privilege, starting with our apostles and elders, other elder brothers, and we can turn on these camp channels, and it's a group of you know wise elders, just discoursing, going into precepts, going into life, going into their experiences. That's the discourse of the elders, and we're able to, we have the privilege to have access to that, without having to be in New York, without having to be in Dallas, okay, without having to be, in LA, okay, or Boston. you know, we have that privilege of turning on the YouTube and being amongst the discourse of those men, as they break down scriptures, you know, go into life, okay, and that's the discourse that we shouldn't despise, man. It's a lot of, hey, we've been raised off that. I know the elder brothers in Dallas when they used to do them sit downs on Tuesday. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
they used to do them sit downs on Tuesday, at the kitchen table, and just for just for my walk, I know that matured me a lot, in the spirit, those sit downs, man. But there was a discourse of the elders. There was an example of a discourse of the elders. You know, you got it, bro.
It says, "For of them thou shalt learn instruction and how to serve great men with ease."
And how to serve great men with ease. You see, because we're being groomed to be joint heirs of Yahweh Shai. You see, the way our apostles and elders, where they move, the way they are amongst each other, the way they go into the precepts, their daily life, their constant example. We're learning how to serve Yahweh Bashim Al Shai through those men. The way Apostle Har, pushes the diligence and the way he pushes prophecy, the way he pushes being scholarly, okay, that's pleasing to our power, you know. The scriptures say how the Most High concealeth the thing, but it's the king's, pretty much like the king's glory to search things out. So that spirit of a scholar, that's kingly, you know. And Elder Apostle Har, Elder Apostle Gabar, goes into the words, teaching brothers, go into the words. Well, that's kingly, that's royal, to understand, all right, how things work, even the most intricate parts, you know, of a thing, understanding those things, well, that's royal, that's a royal trait, and we've learned that from the council of our apostles and elders, man. We're learning the instructions to serve great men, you know. Yeah, something.
Verse 9.
Okay.
Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learned of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need required.
Yeah, so when we have the privilege, because the apostles and the elders, they learn from, High Priest Ariah, King Masha, all right, High Priest Jaquab, which they got it from Elder Bivens, so those men embody, a whole generation of elders that we never got to see. You got to see clips on YouTube, but we didn't get to experience those men in real time. Okay, but our apostles and elders, they embody those men, so they're fruit of those men. Okay, and we, all right, get to uh uh, uh we pretty much get a it's like through the apostles and elders, those men wisdom was preserved,
Hmm.
for us to have it in this time, and it's a beautiful thing, you know.
And it was allowed. It was able to spread.
Yep.
You know, through the diligence even before the YouTube era, but even more so during the YouTube era, it was able to spread, and more brothers started to pop up under that banner,
Hmm.
and using the same wise counsels, applying that wise counsels to their situations, and sharing what they learn with each other through the different experiences that because every brother don't go through the same experience like you said, but you have a brother that has been able to go through that experience, but it all like that line that it's like a lineage of wisdom being passed down, spiritually, you know.
Because this goes into how pretty much how wise men, the scripture say how a man stores a good man stores up riches for his son's son. Because you look at those men like Elder Abba Bibbins, um, High Priest Yahweh, King Marsha. It's pretty much like our grandparents, and in his wisdom, we got his wisdom, they was our
Hmm.
spiritual grandparents. So it's like we got, our spiritual grandfathers, so we got this inheritance.
Yeah.
They laid up this wisdom for their son's son, like
Hmm.
you're going into.
And set you up to be even better
Yep.
and greater.
So let's get this account. I got two accounts.
Okay.
Then we'll close it out. Get First Kings 1:1, and you just read through because this is going into ignoring counsel, wise counsel. Okay, now it was set up, for Rehoboam to ignore the counsel, because the prophecy of the kingdoms being rent, was already given to Solomon, King Solomon, for his disobedience at the end of his rulership. Okay, but just goes into the consequences of ignoring wise counsel, man. You got it, bro.
You said First Kings 1:1.
First Kings 11:1. So like.
This First Kings 11 verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the
I mean, it's like 12:1. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Next. Yeah.
First Kings 12:1. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel went to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass, when Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam went dwell in Egypt, that they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee.
Yep. So the Northern Kingdom, Northern tribes, they were pretty much asking for some, for relief, because at the end of King Solomon's reign, he went left, he went into idolatry, you know, and he had pressure on, the tribes towards the end, so you had the Northern Kingdom like, look, man, have mercy on us, man, you know.
Uh,
They're like, we your people, have mercy on us, man.
Look out on us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they pretty much going to the throne asking for mercy. Go ahead.
And he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father, while he yet lived, and said, How do ye advise that I may answer this people?
So now he's going to the councils of King Solomon. All right, which these are elders, man, elderly wise men. Go ahead.
And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever.
So they're telling him like, look, you as the king, you should be serving the people, because they seen King Solomon when he was serving the people, when it spoke about the prosperity that Israel had. Okay, so they seen it, so they're like, look, you gotta get back to serving the people, as King Solomon did, in his earlier years, in the prime of his kingdom. You gotta get back to serving your people, because as a king, you're the first servant. Like, your decision making should benefit your people. So this is what they're telling Railbone, like, look, if you do this, they'll be loyal to you forever. you know?
In your generations.
Yep.
It'll be a generational thing.
Yep.
But he forsook the counsel of old men which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him,
Oh, boy.
and which stood before him.
Yeah, so he forsook the counsel of the elderly, okay, and he took the counsel of niggas, man, you know? And they're just like now. Like, we're taking the counsel of the apostles and elders, you know? Like, how we're living our lives is from the counsel that we receive from the apostles and elders and the brothers, man. Okay? But you see niggas in the world, they like Jeroboam. They despising the counsel of the elderly of Israel and listening to niggas that they grew up with, man. Like, they listen to these rappers and, these entertainers and, these niggas in the hood, all this wicked influence. That's what they're listening to, man. And it's leading them to a disaster. So Rehoboam, he despised the elderly, the wise and elderly counsel, and said he took heed to the men, okay, that grew up with him, okay. And just to sum up their story, he put more hell on Jake, and that's when the Northern Kingdom broke away, and you had that rent, because his homeboys tell him like, look, you know. Matter of fact, you read it. You read it. You gonna what did them niggas said, man? You got it.
This is verse 8 again. I mean verse 9. And he said unto them, What counsel give ye, that we may answer this people, who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter? And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, That thus shalt thou speak unto the people that spake unto thee, saying, Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins.
Yeah, so he said, look, my little finger gonna be thicker than my father's loin. Going to He's gonna go hard on him. He was gonna go hard on him, man. Okay, he was gonna put more pressure on him. That's the counsel from them young niggas that came up with him. His homeboys, man. Okay. So like I say, eventually he put more, he put more hell on the Northern Kingdom, and they split, and they broke away, and it could have been a different outcome if he would have listened to wise counsel. And we take lessons like that we can avoid, a lot of tragedy, a lot of mishaps by taking heed to wise counsel. And then even sometimes, you can get that. You had some. It did Exodus 18 and started like 15. But even sometimes, you know, we can be we can be in dilemma, and we'll hear, like, we'll be listening to a video, and it'll be the answer to our dilemma. The thing is that we're gonna apply it. Because sometimes counsel be what you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
you know,
You have it in your
yeah,
mind
yeah, yeah,
already.
yeah. Your mind, because you can be bullheaded. I know me. I used to be extremely bullheaded. I done got bust up. And they broke that up. But you can be bullheaded and have your mindset what you gonna do, but counsel is telling you otherwise, and it go bad. Shit can get terrible, man. And I done been through some things. I done seen some things, from ignoring counsel. And it's like, God damn. The most I take your head down through there, man. From ignoring counsel. You know? You got it, bro.
This is Exodus 18 and 15.
Yep.
And Moses said unto his father-in-law, because the people come unto me to inquire of the Most High. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another, and I do make them know the statutes of the Most High.
Started at 13.
Right? It's
Yep.
Exodus 18 and 13. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning until evening. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, "What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning until evening?" And Moses said unto his father-in-law, "Because the people come unto me to inquire of the Most High. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another, and I make them to know the statutes of the Most High and his laws."
Mm-hmm.
And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, "The thing that thou doest is not good.
Mm-hmm.
Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou and this people that is with thee, for this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone."
Yeah. So what? Um, Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, was observing. He's seeing Moses judge the people from morning to evening. So he's seeing it. He asked Moses, like, what you doing? And Moses told him, yeah, the people they come to me, from morning to evening, and I judge between each situation. And Jethro like, nah, man, you can't do that, cause Moses gonna wear himself out, and if he wear himself out, he was gonna be no good to himself or the people.
Mhm.
Cause you can be great and you can be capable, and you can have, you know, you can be a high performer, okay? But even in that, you know, you have to set yourself up for long term. It's a time to uh, 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 be a high performer, and it's a time to coast. You know, so pretty much Jethro was giving wise counsel to Moses on how to set, pretty much to delegate. He's going to go into delegating Moses' authority. That way, he isn't burdened and bogged down, with judging the people. He can get other things done, man. You
Mhm.
know, but there was wise counsel, and Moses listened. You know.
And the heavier matters come to him.
Yep.
But the lighter matters, like you said, he already had the system set up to where they was able to judge righteous judgment where Moses wouldn't have to get involved.
Come on, you keep reading.
It says, "Thou wilt surely wear away both thou and this people that is with thee, for this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone.
Yep.
Hearken now unto my voice, I will give thee counsel, and the Most High shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto the Most High. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shalt show them the way wherein thou must walk, and the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt provide all out of all the people able men, such as fear the Most High, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers over thousands, and rulers over hundreds, rulers over fifties, and rulers over tens."
Yeah. So he put in place particular men, not just any men.
Mm-hmm.
Men that was fit, for their position. So he's giving him wise counsel, man. Go ahead.
"And let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but even small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee."
Yeah. So that was wise counsel. Because you can get in that Superman spirit and try to do everything yourself. But like I say, in the long run, you do a disservice to yourself and the people that you serve. So that was a wise counsel, and Moses took heed, and that took the burden off of him, man. But if Moses would have been proud, I got this. You must ain't heard what I did. I'm me, God. Jake
Right.
say I'm him.
You see my record.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Nah, man, he listened to wise counsel, man. That's another thing. Wise counsel can come from anywhere, man. Hey, your woman can have a good idea. Some a brother of a lesser rank, can have a good idea. Even Jake in the world, be cool. They
Mm-hmm.
might can have a good idea, a good suggestion. So we have to be open to listen to wise counsel, from everywhere, man. You know. Had anything else, bro?
No.
Hey, well, with that, we pray that you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great example towards younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.